fluorescent lighting is not necessarily the best type of lighting for us and can also affect our mood.
Speak Easy Studios. Speak and be heard.
What effect does stress have on your life? How does it affect your relationships? What about your business? My name is Lynn of It's Why, and my clients call me the identity coach because they discover how to take back control of who they want to be and how they react to stress. This message needed to get out to a larger group of people, so I created a group that helps people identify and manage the stress they never realized they had. We're going to explore questions that challenge you to find your inner power that got buried so deep within because of that stress, and take back control of the situations that caused that stress in your daily life. A small change can make the biggest difference. You make the difference. Welcome back to Me Monday. Thank you so much for joining me today. Many of you already know that I'm a certified health and life coach, and we talk a lot about me time, and we talk about a lot about life stuff and how we can be better every day going forward. But today I want to talk a little bit also about the health side of things, because our physical health is really kind of directed by our mental health. So what we think affects what happens internally and how we feel, even though we may not necessarily recognize it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about natural light and how it affects us. So have you ever wondered why you're drawn to natural light, or why you're uplifted when you notice the sun coming in the morning? Interesting thought, right? I know for me, I'm one of those really moody people when it comes to weather, right? So when the weather is bad, it's typically dark and gloomy. And when it's spring or summer and it's a nice sunny day, I'm very uplifted. So I love that. And one of the reasons why I ultimately moved to Florida. So let's think about that. Many of us are working in offices or some indoor type of job, maybe in a warehouse, maybe a manufacturing firm, maybe you're an architect that's busy, always inside looking at drawings. Maybe you work in a place that doesn't even have any windows. It can almost feel like a dark and gloomy day. So what is it about natural light that we're drawn to? So it's important for me to share with you that as a health coach, I do a lot of research. I don't have all the answers, but I think about the questions and I do the research to make sure that I'm looking for a qualified source to be able to share information with my clients, with my listeners. And so what I want to share with you today is that research shows that an adequate amount of light improves mood and energy levels, while poor lighting contributes to depression and other deficiencies in the body. The amount and type of lighting directly affect concentration, appetite, mood, and many other aspects of daily life. Not my words. These are words from research, and that's why I wanted to read them to you today. So why is that important? Well, here's a common concept that I think most of you are probably aware of. I'm sure you've all heard of vitamin D. Well, vitamin D is something that we get from sunlight. So we may be taking supplements, but a lot of the vitamin D we get from natural light. It's important for you to always refer to your primary care physician to find out if your vitamin D levels are at a healthy state. And if they're not, they may recommend that a supplement is good for you. But you always have a never-ending resource of vitamin D from natural light. Vitamin D helps give you strong bones. It also helps with your immune system. And in today's world, we're all trying to stay as healthy as we can, right? So vitamin D can be super important. Definitely check with your doctor and see if that might be a consideration for you. But in the meantime, think about how often you get natural light during the course of the day. Now, there's something else I'd like to share with you, because research also shows that fluorescent lighting is not necessarily the best type of lighting for us and can also affect our mood. And I talked earlier about those of us who may be working indoors where there's no windows or indoors in darker spaces. Well, there's ways that you can actually get around that. You can reevaluate the decor in the environment in which you work. Maybe there's a way to be able to open up a curtain or a blind and let some daylight in. Regardless of what the weather is outside, that natural light will still come in that window. You might want to position a mirror in the room opposite that window, which can reflect that daylight. It will affect your mood. You may not get the vitamin D from that daylight while you're indoors, but if it can help lift your mood, it can help boost your energy levels, and boosting your energy levels can only make you have a better day. So think about any little change that you might be able to make in that decor, your environment. There might be something that you can do today that can definitely give you a brighter tomorrow. Let's say you do work indoors a lot. Let's say you may not get a lot of daylight. One of the things that you can do for some me time is maybe when you take a break, take 10 or 15 minutes and just go outside and take a walk. If the weather is too hot, or maybe it might be cloudy and you don't want to take a walk somewhere, you don't have the ability to take a walk, find some place where you can maybe just take a seat outside and experience the daylight, experience the fresh air for 10 to 15 minutes. You're not only getting some daylight, but you're giving yourself some me time. Oh, me time. This is a Me Monday episode, right? So it's important to focus on that me time for you and have that me time actually include that natural light. So if it's Me Monday, what's one thing you might be able to do to give yourself a little extra me time and a little extra daylight and make this a successful beginning of a new Me Monday routine? Thank you for listening. Please join us next week on Monday. And remember, if you're getting accustomed to that Me Monday routine, don't be afraid to add another day of the week. See you next week. Thank you for listening.